What up, peeps? Joshua Smith here with another episode of Leveling Up. So today, we're here to talk to you about mental masturbation, right? Well, kind of, not really. I was sitting here, my film producer who's sitting behind the camera here is like, dude, we got to do another episode on mental masturbation. That's the best. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll figure out a way to throw that in there. But I just figured it's always fun to just open up a podcast with masturbation, right? It gets people's attention. So no, this isn't about that kind of masturbation. Get your head out of the gutter. What is mental masturbation? Like we just play with all these thoughts. We think of all this stuff. Like we're planning, but we're just playing with our thoughts. We're playing with ourselves mentally, and we never take action, and we're never able to go out there and achieve what we want to achieve. So what I want to talk to you guys about today in Leveling Up is, and it's I don't want to say it's a scary trend. It just is. Like it isn't. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But with Facebook, I was sitting there just thinking about this the other day. I'm sitting there scrolling through Facebook, and I jotted down a note to create this podcast. I'm sitting through Facebook, and I'm seeing all these guys, all these people that they're working so hard to prove to the world that they're successful, or try to convince the world that they're successful. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, damn, dude, if these people would spend as much time focusing on truly being successful in their own life as they are trying to convince the rest of the world that they're a badass, they'd actually become a badass. But then what happens, and that's what it comes down to, the mental masturbation, right? They want to be a badass. Not willing to do what it takes, but they want to be a badass. They want the world to think that they're a badass. And that's what Facebook is, right? What is Facebook? And don't get me wrong, I love Facebook, and I mean, I don't love it, but it makes me a lot of money, so I like it as a tool. But it's not something that I like to be on or play with or whatever. But Facebook, dude, is what everybody wants the world to perceive them as. Right? You don't see people like nobody posts a fight that they just had on Facebook. It's always like the great pictures or the vacation pictures. And dude, my wife will do that. Like she'll be like, oh man, they must be doing so well. Look at all the stuff that they're doing. What I'm like, yeah, but dude, they're not posting a bill of their credit card statement, what that balance looks like. I'm not saying that everybody's in that situation, but I'm like, nobody's posting the shit. Everybody's just posting, trying to make themselves look great, which is cool. I mean, I'm not a fan of negativity. I don't want anybody posting shit on there, but I think it's important for all of us to understand that that's not reality, dude. That's what they wished reality was or could be, And it's not just with Facebook. I was at a buddy of mine opened up a new real estate company here in town. And he's a very successful real estate broker owner, opened up this new company called Launch, which is going to just dominate out here. Very high-end luxury real estate, kind of a boutique real estate firm. I shouldn't say boutique because he's probably going to blow the lid off and have thousands of agents. The guy's a machine. But, we're out there. And then afterwards, my wife and I, after that, we rolled up to, we have this hotel up in Scottsdale that we always like to go to. They've got a really good restaurant inside there. So we go into it, and then, man, that place is just packed. I go to use the restroom, and it's just packed. And, you see all these dudes running around and trying to puff themselves up. And, of course, they're out there trying to get with chicks and have some fun and whatever. But, same thought occurred right there. I'm like, damn, dude, in this environment, all these people here are trying to be something they're not, to convince this person that there's something that they're not. And I'm just like, man, if they would just spend as much time, this is all assumptions. I don't really know. I don't know any of these people. It's just observation of my assumptions. But I'm like, man, if we just spent as much time on truly becoming the person that we wanted to be, instead of convincing the world that we're already there, you would be there. Right? And I'm not saying that I'm against the whole fake it till you make it thing. Again, I'm not about negativity. And dude, I've made it till, I've faked it till I made it, right? When I was times when I was struggling, but I'm not letting the world know I'm struggling. I'm just keep pushing. I keep grinding. I keep, whatever. But I've always made sure to focus on myself most first. I'm not going to try to go out there and portray something to the world that isn't what it is, without me working on myself hardcore to do that. And then when I'm where I want to be, then the world will see that, right? So don't be mentally masturbating with this shit, right? Don't get so wrapped up in trying to convince the world of who you're going to be, right? Just go out there and be that person. And then you're just going to show up in the world and you're going to be that person, dude. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. Keep rambling on with this, But anyway, if people just spent again as much time working on themselves as they've tried to on social media, convincing the world to think that they're such a badass, they'd actually be that badass. So just keep that in mind. Not saying that that's you, but it's just something I see constantly. I was at a deal not too long ago in California, and met this is like this networking deal. And I go there and I meet these people that are part of this networking thing, and you get to know some of these people, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like how that everybody was portrayed and the way that they portray themselves, and then once you get to really know them, you're like, dude, it's night and day from what reality actually is. So number one, don't be that person, right? I'm not saying don't bring in the negativity. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't be that person that spends all your time convincing the world how successful you are. Go out there and become successful, right? Spend that time on that. Getting hardcore with that. The other part of this, though, with this is quit comparing yourself to these people. Like, dude, we spend so much time and we create all this suffering in our world because we're comparing ourselves to all these other people because we think they're living these epic lives. Like, I'm not saying that people will compare their lives to me or whatever, but I'll get people that reach out there like, oh my God, like you got it so good. I'm like, dude, man, like I have massive struggles. It's not what it looks like always, right? So don't compare yourself to others. You see all this shit going on. You see homeboy out there with the new boat, the new ride, all these vacations. Dude, you don't know what's behind the scenes. Don't compare yourself to other people. When we start comparing ourselves to other people, we then create a lot of internal suffering in our lives, dude. Just go out there, continue getting clarity on what you want, and work your ass off every single day to become that person that you want to become. Keep kicking ass, keep leveling up, keep watching the show, right? So make sure you guys are sharing this show. Anybody that you feel that would benefit from this show, share on Facebook, Twitter, whatever all the hell other social media apps that are out there. We appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. Much love to all of you that watch this show and support us here. You guys keep kicking ass, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.